Let us see questions from breathing and exchange of gases. Read the below given statement and choose the correct option. Carbonic anhydrase catalyzes the formation as well as the dissociation of carbonic acid. Yes, the statement is true. Carbonic anhydrase enzyme is present in erythrocytes only. It is wrong, right? Carbonic anhydrase enzyme is also present in plasma too, right? It present both in erythrocytes and plasma, abundant in erythrocytes, very little in plasma. Therefore, statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is incorrect. So, only one is correct, right? Only the first one is correct. Next question. Body surface is used for the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide by simple diffusion in, we learned like lower invertebrates like sponges, cnidarians or coelentrates and platyhelminthes. So what are the options given here? Insects, mollusks, fishes and flatworms. So the answer is flatworms. Platyhelminthes are commonly called as flatworms. Next, among the following, partial pressure of oxygen is maximum in. Partial pressure of oxygen is maximum in pulmonary artery. Partial pressure of oxygen in the pulmonary artery is how much? Artery 40 mm of Hg. Aorta 95 mm of Hg. Systemic vein 40 mm of Hg. Alveoli 104 mm of Hg. Therefore, partial pressure of oxygen is maximum in the alveoli. Next question. Match the following. Column 1, column 2. Total lung capacity, TLC. TLC, we know that TV plus IRV plus ERV plus RV. But we don't find that option here. Then we should go for another. We know that VC is equal to TV plus IRV plus ERV. To this VC, RV is added. Therefore, TLC is equal to VC plus RV. Functional residual capacity, ERV plus RV. Expiratory capacity, TV plus ERV. Vital capacity, TV plus ERV plus RV. Clear? So the option is 2, 4, 3, 1. 2, 4, 3, 1. So the first option is the correct one. Next, the most common symptoms of asthma. It's a respiratory disorder. Asthma is a respiratory disorder. So it's the most common type of the symptoms or symptom. Lung fibrosis and irritation, inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles, damage to alveolar walls, increase in respiratory surface. So, inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles is one of the symptoms of asthma. One of the symptoms of asthma. Next, which of the following factors favors for the formation of oxyhemoglobin at alveoli? Factors favorable for oxyhemoglobin at alveoli. So, lower temperature, yes. High PO2, yes. High partial pressure of oxygen is correct. Low PO2, no. Low pH, yeah, yes. How can we say this? Right? High partial pressure of oxygen, then low PCO2, low temperature, and it should be high pH. Then lesser H plus ions. So the option is A, B, E only. Next, the maximum volume of air. Maximum is a keyword I said many times. The maximum volume of air a person can breathe in after forced expiration is inspiratory capacity, functional residual capacity, expiratory capacity, vital capacity. Then the option is vital capacity. We know the definition of vital capacity. The maximum volume of air a person can breathe out after forced inspiration is also called vital capacity. Next, about 3% of carbon dioxide is carried in dissolved state through blood plasma. Statement number one. So, not about 3%, about 7%, right? About 7% of carbon dioxide is carried in dissolved state through plasma. Then statement two, right? 7% of oxygen is transported through the plasma, not 7%, it is 3%. Therefore, both the statements are wrong. Statement 1 and statement 2 are incorrect or wrong, right? So the nasal chambers opens into Sumati, door పెట్టు జరా. ఆ డోర్ పెట్టు. The nasal chamber opens into larynx, pharynx, trachea, lungs. So, nasal chamber opens into pharynx. Larynx is the voice box or sound box of human beings. Sound is produced by the vocal cords of larynx during expiration. Yes, larynx is the voice box of human beings. Reason, sound is produced by vocal cords of larynx during expiration. So both A and R are correct. R is the correct explanation of A. Volume of thoracic cavity increases in dorsoventral direction. This what you should remember. Which direction? Dorsoventral. And which volume is increasing? Thoracic cavity. So the volume of thoracic cavity increases in dorsoventral direction due to relaxation of external intercostals, relaxation of phrenic muscles, contraction of phrenic muscles, contraction of external intercostals. So the option is contraction of external intercostals. Match the following, right? They gave here the organism and the type of respiration. Let us see. Earthworm. Earthworm has moist cuticle as a respiratory organ. Therefore, we can go for here what? Pulmonary respiration, tracheal respiration, branchial respiration, cutaneous respiration. What is that? Cutaneous respiration. Right. Mollusks. Mollusk gills. Mollusk has what? Gill respiration, that is branchial. Insects, tracheal respiration, right? Amphibians. Amphibians has pulmonary respiration, right? Earthworm has cutaneous respiration. Therefore, options are 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. So, the third one is going to be the option for it. Even when air is absent, the human trachea does not collapse due to the presence of ciliated epithelium, smooth muscles, cartilaginous rings, bony rings. So the answer is C-shaped incomplete rings are present made up of hyaline cartilage. So we can say the option is 3, cartilaginous rings. Right. Given below are 4 statements about the conducting part of the human respiratory tract. Conducting part. Conducting part starts from where to where? From the external nostrils to terminal bronchioles. So it starts with external nostrils, yes, and extends up to alveoli of lungs. No, this is wrong. It transports atmospheric air to alveoli. Yes, of course, it is right. It brings air to the body temperature. Yes, it is also right. Right? It is a site of it is a site of exchange of respiratory gases. No, it is only conducts the air, right? Therefore, which of the above are correct? B and C are correct. Right. Which of the following blood vessel have receptors that can recognize changes in carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions? That is aortic arch and carotid artery, pulmonary artery and carotid artery, aortic arch and pulmonary vein, systemic artery and systemic vein. That is aortic arch. అయాట్ సుమతి మీరు అంతా డిస్టర్బ్ చేస్తురే, నువ్వు మాట్లాడుతున్నావు, వాడు ఫోన్ పెట్టిండు. So the answer is aortic arch and carotid artery. Aortic arch and carotid artery. Next, normal breathing rate of human beings is 24 to 32 times, 70 to 75 times, 12 to 16 times, 6 to 8 times. So the answer is 12 to 16 times. 12 to 16 times. 12 to 16 times is the normal breathing rate of human beings. Next, given below are 4 matching pairs of animals and its kind of respiration. The correct set or match pair: scorpion, book lungs. Yes, of course it is correct. Dolphin, skin. No, dolphin is not a skin acts as not a respiratory organ. Turtles, gills, no. Penguin, lungs. This is also a mammal, right? Penguin, right? Penguin. So A and D, right? Scorpion book lungs, correct? Penguin lungs, right? Aptenoids, right? It comes under aves. So A and D. So fourth option is the right. Next, what will be the partial pressure of oxygen and partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the atmospheric air compared to the toes in the alveoli? Partial pressure of carbon dioxide and partial pressure of oxygen in the atmosphere, respectively. So we know that PO2 is higher and PCO2 is lesser. Therefore, the second option is going to be the right one. Ventrally and laterally, the thoracic chamber is formed by ventrally is, we know that ventrally is sternum. Yes, ventrally is sternum. Laterally is ribs. Laterally is ribs. Therefore, the fourth option is the correct one. Ventrally and laterally, the thoracic chamber is formed by sternum and ribs respectively. Which instrument? Which instrument helps in clinical assessment of pulmonary functions? Sphygmanometer, stethoscope, spirometer, thermometer. That is spirometer. Next question. When you hold your breath, which of the following gas changes in the blood would first lead to the urge to breathe? When you hold your breath, which of the following gas changes in the blood would first lead to the urge to breathe? Rising carbon dioxide, falling of oxygen concentration, falling of oxygen concentration, rising of carbon dioxide concentration, falling of carbon dioxide concentration. Mainly is what here, rising of carbon dioxide. So the correct option is 3. Next, read the following. Read the following. Trachea is a straight tube extending up to mid-thoracic cavity and divides at the level of fifth cervical vertebrae. No, fifth thoracic vertebrae. So this is wrong. Solubility of carbon dioxide is 40 to 45 times higher than the oxygen. No, it is 20 to 25 times higher than oxygen. So second option is wrong. 4 molecules of oxygen can bind with single molecules of hemoglobin. Yes, the statement is true. Pharynx is a common passage of food and air. Yes, this statement is too correct. Therefore, which of the above are, here be careful, they asked incorrect. Incorrect statements are 1 and 2 only. Incorrect statements are 1 and 2 only. Next, assertion. Inspiration is due to negative pressure in the lungs. Reason, atmospheric pressure is greater than intrapulmonary pressure as the pulmonary volume increases during inhalation, right? So what is the question here? Assertion, inspiration is due to negative pressure in the lungs. Of course, during inspiration, negative pressure. Why negative pressure? Intrapulmonary pressure is less. And therefore, atmospheric pressure is greater than the intrapulmonary pressure as the pulmonary volume increase during inhalation. We can say that both A and R are correct. R is the correct explanation of A. Next, glottis is covered by epiglottis during inspiration, expiration, coughing, deglutition. Deglutition is the answer. It is a synonym of swallowing. When we swallow the food or deglutition, right? Glottis is covered by epiglottis to prevent the entry of food particles. The exchange of gases in the alveoli of the lungs is influenced by all the following except ATP available in the alveoli cells, solubility of gases, thickness of respiratory membrane, partial pressure gradient or concentration gradient. So, what is the one which doesn't favor? This one. ATP available in the alveoli cells. Next, match the following. Give pulmonary volumes and their capacities or volumes. Tidal volume 500 ml. Residual volume 1100 to 1200 ml. Inspiratory reserve volume 2500 to 3000. Expiratory reserve volume 1000 to 1100 ml. So the correct options are 3, 4, 2, 1. 3, 4, 2, 1. So the third option is going to the correct one. Next. Given below are the statements about the oxygen dissociation curve. Find the correct one. Yes, oxygen dissociation curve, the shape of it is a sigmoid curve. Yes, it is correct. It is useful in studying the effects of PCO2 and hydrogen concentration on oxygen binding with hemoglobin. Yes, it is also correct. It is obtained when percentage saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is plotted against carbon dioxide. No, this is wrong statement. Therefore, what did he ask? Find the correct. So A and B are the correct one. A and B are the correct one. Clear? Right. Next. The anatomical setup of lungs in thorax is used that any change in the volume of thoracic cavity will be reflected in the lung pulmonary cavity. Yes, assertion is correct. Humans cannot directly alter the pulmonary volume. Yes, humans cannot directly alter the pulmonary volume. So A is true or is both are correct. Both A and R are correct. R does not explains A. Right? So anatomical setup of lungs in thorax is such that any change in the volume of thoracic cavity will be reflected. Yes, correct. Humans cannot directly alter the pulmonary volume. So next, binding of oxygen with hemoglobin is primarily related to the partial pressure of oxygen. Partial pressure of oxygen. Next, which of the following contract during inspiration? Which of the following contract during inspiration? There is diaphragm, external intercostal muscles, abdominal muscles, internal intercostal muscles. సుమత్ ఒకసారి ఓపెన్ చేయి. ఒకసారి ఒక 10 minutes అయిపోతుంది. మమ్మీ దగ్గర ఒక 10 minutes అయిపోయింది లేదు. సరే జ్వరం వచ్చిందా? స్వీట్ ఇప్పుడు కాదు, మొహం అడిగినాక. ఫస్ట్ టేప్ ఉంది, ఈ టేప్ తీయాలి ఇట్లా. చూస్తాను ఏం చేస్తున్నావు. పో 20 నిమిషాలు ఉండి వస్తా. అయిపోయింది పో తొందరగా. ఇది ఉంది ఇప్పుడు ఛార్జింగ్ పెట్టినా, మాట్లాడొద్దు. So which of the following contract during inspiration? Diaphragm, yes, of course, diaphragm contracts. External intercostal muscles, yes, of course, external intercostal muscles contract. Abdominal muscles, no, no chance of it. Internal intercostal muscles, no, right? Therefore, A and B are the correct options. Next. The volume of air a healthy man can inspire or expire per minute is approximately 500 ml, 6 to 8 liters, 12 to 16 liters, 2500 to 3000 ml. Therefore, that is 6 to 8 liters. Or they may ask like this. They may give this 6000 to 8000 ml. Which of the following neural center are seen in medulla oblongata of the brain? Chemosensitive area, yes, it is present near to the RRC. Chemosensitive area is present near to the RRC. Respiratory rhythm center, it is present in the medulla. Therefore, indirectly, chemosensitive area is present where? Means medulla. Respiratory rhythm center, medulla. So it is present in medulla. Even RRC is also present in medulla. Then pneumotaxic center. Pneumotaxic center is present in the pons. Therefore, A and B are the neuronal centers present in the medulla oblongata. Next. 83. It is a cartilaginous box which opens into dash through dash, which is covered by elastic cartilaginous flap, right? It is a cartilaginous box. A is what? Cartilaginous box. Trachea, sound box, larynx, larynx. So we can strike off this option, right? This is not going to be the option. So there may be a chance of sound box, larynx, larynx. So first one is going to be that. So larynx or sound box is a cartilaginous box which opens into pharynx. Yes, which opens into pharynx, which opens into pharynx through which is covered by elastic cartilaginous flap through esophagus. No, it's wrong. Through glottis. Yes, it is right. Which is covered by epiglottis. Therefore, the third option is going to be the correct answer. Clear? So I'll read out. Larynx is a cartilaginous box which opens into pharynx through glottis, which is covered by elastic cartilaginous flap called epiglottis. Next, match the following. Trachea, respiratory organ. Trachea, we know that it is a respiratory organ in insects. General body surface, cylindrates, gills, aquatic arthropods, lungs, reptiles. So the correct option is 2143. 2143. Next. Our lungs have a large number of alveoli for around each lung contain around 200 to or 250 to 350 alveoli, right? 250 million to 350 millions of alveoli, right? Our lungs have a large number of alveoli for having spongy texture and proper shape of lungs, more nerve supply, more surface area for diffusion of gases, more space for decreasing volume of inspired air. So the option that fits here is more surface area for diffusion of gases. Match the following. Partial pressures are given. Partial pressure of oxygen in the pulmonary artery, that is 40 mm of Hg. Atmospheric air, 159 mm of Hg. Partial pressure of oxygen in the atmospheric air is 159. Partial pressure of oxygen in systemic artery, that is in the systemic artery, 95 mm of Hg, oxygenated blood. Partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli, 104. Okay, therefore 4, then 3, then 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second option. Next, carbon dioxide dissociation form carbaminohemoglobin. Carbaminohemoglobin. Carbon dioxide dissociation from carbaminohemoglobin when partial pressure of carbon dioxide is high and PO2 is low, PCO2 is high, PO2 is high, PCO2 and PO2 is high, PCO2 is low, PO2 is low, PCO2 is low. So when do it dissociates? When PCO2 is high and PO2 is low. Next, select the So carbon dioxide dissociation from carbaminohemoglobin when PCO2 and high and PO2 is low. Next, select the correct events that occur during expiration. Diaphragm is relaxed and arched upward. Yes, diaphragm is relaxed and arched upward, or it becomes to dome shape. Ribs and sternum raised. No, ribs and sternum lowers. Thoracic volume increases. No, thoracic volume decreases. Intrapulmonary pressure increases. Yes, A and D are the correct statement. Right. The role of oxygen. Next one, statement A. The role of oxygen in the regulation of respiratory rhythm is insignificant. Yes, of course, the statement is correct. Chemosensitive area in the medulla is sensitive to oxygen, not sensitive to oxygen, right? Hydrogen ions and carbon dioxide. Therefore, right, A is correct. Only statement A is correct. Only statement A is correct. Next one. Pulmonary fibrosis is most commonly associated with. Pulmonary fibrosis is most commonly associated with asthma, no. Bronchi and bronchitis. Emphysema, no. Right? Emphysema, it is associated with cigarette smoking. Pneumonia, it's a bacterial infection. Right? Asbestosis. Asbestosis. Clear? So, pulmonary fibrosis most commonly associated with asbestosis. Next, read the following statement about human respiratory system. Find the correct one. Trachea enters the lungs and divides into bronchi and bronchioles. No, trachea will never enter the lungs, right? So this statement is wrong, right? Then the branching network of bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli comprises the lungs. Yes, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli comprises the lungs, right? Inner pleura membrane is in close contact with thoracic lining, not thoracic lining, surface on the lung surface. So this is also wrong. Pleural fluid reduces the friction on the lung surface. Yes, it is also correct statement. So B and D are correct, right? So the first option is going to be the best one. Now, select the correct path of passage of air through human respiratory tract. Larynx, no. Larynx do not open into pharynx. Pharynx opens into larynx. So this is wrong. Primary bronchioles open into secondary bronchus. No, first is bronchi, then is bronchioles. So this is also wrong. Secondary bronchus opens into primary bronchiole. Primary bronchiole open into terminal bronchiole. Terminal bronchiole opens into alveoli. Yes, it is correct. Yes, it is correct. External nostrils opens into pharynx. Pharynx opens into bronchi. Bronchi. Bronchi opens into larynx. This is wrong, right? So the correct option is the third one. The third one is going to be the best option here. Next, pneumotaxic center controls rate of respiration. Yes, pneumotaxic center controls the rate of respiration. Neural signal from the center can reduce the duration of expiration, not expiration. It is inspiration. So pneumotaxic center controls the rate of respiration is the correct one. So what we can say here, A is true or is false. That is the fourth option. A is true, but R is false. But R is false. Next question. Match the following. Alveoli is lined by which epithelium? Right? Ciliated, hyaline, elastic, squamous. Yes, that is squamous epithelium. Epiglottis. Epiglottis, ciliated epithelium, hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage. Elastic cartilage. Tracheal rings. Hyaline cartilage, incomplete C-shaped rings. Bronchioles, ciliated epithelium. Therefore, the options are 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. The first option is the correct one. Next. Given below are the statements about transport of gases. Find the correct one. About 97% of oxygen is transported by RBC. Yes, it is correct. 3% of oxygen is carried in dissolved state in plasma. Yes, correct. 20 to 25% of carbon dioxide is transported by RBC in the form of carbamino hemoglobin. Yes, correct. 70% of carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonates, right? So it is also correct. Therefore, what are the correct statements? A, B, C, and D are correct. Next one. In which of the following disorder where there is difficulty in breathing causing wheezing due to inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles? Asthma, emphysema, tuberculosis, pleurisy. That is what? Asthma. 97 question statement based. We have the ability to increase the strength of inspiration and expiration. Yes, correct. We have an ability, right? Additional muscles in the abdomen help to increase the strength of inspiration and expiration. Yes, both the statement A and B are correct. So the first option is going to be the correct one. Identify the simple squamous epithelium of the alveolus from the below given figure. Simple squamous epithelium. You know, this is the lungs or alveoli. Assume it is an alveoli. So alveoli is lined by means of what type of epithelium? Simple squamous epithelium. So which one is going to be the simple squamous epithelium here? B. B is going to be the simple squamous epithelium. Simple squamous epithelium of alveoli or alveolus. So we can go for B is the simple squamous epithelium of alveolus, right? So option 2 is the correct one. Even here, C is also simple squamous epithelium, but it is the simple squamous epithelium of alveolar capillary. Then 99 question. Oxygen dissociation curve shifts right under which of the following condition? Low partial pressure of carbon dioxide, low BPG concentration, at low temperature, and low pH. So oxygen dissociation curve shifts right under which of the following conditions? That is what? Low PCO2, low BPG concentration, low temperature, and low pH. What is that? Low pH. Next, last question. Every 100 ml of blood delivers dash ml of carbon dioxide to lungs, and every 100 ml of blood delivers dash ml of oxygen to the tissues. So every 100 ml of blood delivers dash ml of carbon dioxide to lungs, that is deoxygenated blood, So it is be 4 ml, and this is going to be the oxygenated blood, that is 5 ml. Therefore, the third option is going to be the correct one. The third option is going to The third option is going to be the correct one.